Hi, my name is Lori Horseman, and I am the Vice President of Cognitive Care for Traditions Management. I am a certified dementia specialist and have about 25 years of experience in the memory care field. Traditions Management currently manages over 23 properties ranging from Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky. So one of the questions I often get asked is, what is Varietas? And Varietas is our trademarked program for memory care at Traditions Management. We do things a little differently in Varietas. As you can see when you look around, all of our properties are set up to meet the resident where they are, and we talk about meeting them in their reality. That means we offer individualized care, we do a lot of socialization, we do a lot of family support, and we have a therapeutic environment that allows them to wander freely and kind of explore their environment, meet them at their needs, meet them where they are, and keep them structured in a daily routine. So what is a therapeutic environment in Varietas? Well, that means that everything that you see when you walk through those doors has a purpose, including our enclosed courtyards. We set those up so that they can wander outside freely any time of the day, any time of the year, totally safe, and allow them to engage in their world. Even the way their rooms are set up, we set them up so they're a little bit smaller, they're a little bit more intimate and private, they have their own private bathrooms, and the idea behind that is to make it a little bit smaller so they can come out and socialize with their friends. You'll even notice that some of our memory care units have fireplaces, they all have living rooms, they all have common spaces, they all have areas where they can go off and kind of quietly do activities. All of them have some form of a kitchenette. The idea here is to meet them where they are and to encourage them to be as independent as possible at the level that they need it.
My name is Megan Clark. I'm Memory Care Director here at Meadowbrook Senior Living. I've been doing memory care for about 3 years now. A typical day is fun here because I believe that memory care needs to be full of life. We do have a daily routine that we follow every day, but every day looks different. And so what I bring to the table is the ability to learn the residents and get to know them. They choose what they do. We have some parameters that we do. We do exercise the same time every day. We do games at the same time every day. We have that structure, but within the structure, it's their home.
What are some symptoms that you should probably look for? Well, early stages of memory loss are kind of hard to trigger. A lot of times people who have these early stages are going to do everything in their power to hide it from you. They're going to use humor to throw you off. They're going to use anger and get upset with you. A lot of times the biggest thing that I look for, and I tell people look for, is the lack of socialization. Are they pulling back? Are they starting to pull back from the things they used to do and kind of isolate themselves at home? Isolation is one of those things that 2020 taught us quite well. It'll kill you faster than almost any disease you get. So isolation is one of those things that I always tell people look for. Look for them putting off things that their responsibilities, not paying of bills on time, not going to activities that they used to always go to, like their bowling league or their church nights or their games that they used to play. Are they pulling back and stopping the socialization? That's the first thing. The other thing that you might look for is, are they getting lost in conversation? Lost going to and from the grocery store? Just lost trying to find their car? Are you noticing that they're trying to keep more notes around the house to remind themselves of things they have to do? Now, it's not that it's bad to do that, but are you noticing that there's a lot more notes like feed the cat? Remember to take this medication. Look for things in the house that kind of let you know something's off, a stack of unpaid bills. Maybe they're getting foreclosure notices or pink slips in the mail letting them know that you haven't paid things for a while. Those are usually the first signs that you want to look for, and that might let you know it's time to start taking a look at assisted living. So a big question I often get asked is, when is it time for memory care? Okay, so this is hard, and usually it's for the caregiver. It's when the caregiver's stress starts to max out. You're realizing that you're not sleeping as much as you should be. You've got multiple notifications on your phone for reminders for medications for them, notifications for, I gotta remind mom to do this, gotta remind mom to do that. And you start to realize that you're spending more time worrying about this individual than you are actually living your own life. As having been a caregiver, I get it. It is one of the most stressful, isolating journeys that you're on, because you're on this and you're on this journey that you didn't plan for. You didn't know what to pack for, and you don't know where it's going to go next. So this disease, this dementia, is challenging. There's over 120 different types, and each one is going to bring its own little bag of tricks with it that is tough for you to get on top of. So if you're sandwiched in between taking care of your parents and taking care of your kids and still working a job full time, you might want to take a look at memory cares and try to figure out which one is the best fit for you. At Varietas, we bring them in at the middle stage, and that middle stage is right about that time where you're hitting your breaking point and you just don't know how much more you can do. We get it, the guilt, the frustration, the anger, the whole confusion that comes with this, not knowing even what to ask for. We're here to help. We can answer those questions.
So basically, our routine is resident-led with what they want to do, what they're feeling for the day. Sometimes we take breaks in the middle of an activity and let them play outside for a little bit, come back and do something new. I'm here to celebrate the residents. I'm here to make sure that they are living their best life. I'm a big believer that no matter if you have disability, it's like whatever circumstances have led you to this place, there's still a lot of life to live. And I'm here to facilitate that. My job is not to schedule out, this is what you have to do. My job is to celebrate them, to make them live their best day every single day of their life.
So a common question I'm often asked is, what is dementia? Now this might surprise you, but dementia is actually not a diagnosis. Never has been, never will be. It's an umbrella term that we use in the business to identify over 100 different things that have to do with memory loss, from mild cognitive impairment to senility, which is a term that we really don't use anymore. You don't hear it that often. Or general forgetfulness without behaviors. And honestly, that's most of us on a Friday night. So dementia is an umbrella term, and there's over 120 different types of dementia, and Alzheimer's is one of those types. And what research has now shown us, we have several different types of Alzheimer's now. So for someone to sit there and say you have dementia, you need to dig a little deeper and find out what type do you have. It matters. Some of them can take your life in 3 years, some in 30 years, and it matters what type you have. Some will affect your short-term memory, some your long-term memory. Some people with dementia can actually retain their memory, but they lose their ability to walk, talk, and function in another way. So learning a little bit more, doing a little bit more research, and digging a little bit more helps. Knowledge is powerful. And with Varietas and at Traditions, we can help you find those. We can help you answer those questions, and we can help you on a path that makes more sense. So one of the misnomers that we need to discuss is what happens in a memory care unit. What can we do for your loved one in Varietas? Well, what we can do is we can put them on a structured daily routine. We can give them back a sense of purpose, a sense of self, a sense of their basic humanity, and those things that make them feel like they're back among the living, if you will. But what we can't do is we can't reverse the disease. We can't stop the disease. Eventually, dementia is going to win. Eventually, this disease is going to take over and shut down the systems. Behind these locking doors, there is no fountain of youth, unfortunately. There is no magic dust or magic anything that we can do that's going to stop the falls. The falls are going to happen. The disease will eventually come through the brain and cause the sense of balance and the rhythm to be off, if you will. And falls happen. It's part of the disease process. Eventually, your loved one's going to stop wanting to eat, stop wanting to drink, and as part of what we do is residents' right of choice. Forcing them to do anything doesn't work. Eventually, the body is going to shut down and they will succumb to this disease. And it's a tough, tough path to walk as the caregiver. It's hard to watch this, but you are fully supported in our Varietas family. We will walk you through this journey, and we are side by side with you every step of the way.
There are challenging days that we experience back here, and our individualized care that we provide helps to know what to do with that. Not every day is going to be a winner. We do have days that not everything works out, and we just roll with it. I know the residents, and I get to know them, and that's a huge part of it, is getting to know who they are, exactly who they are now, not looking back, because they're amazing now. And so we get through the bad days. That's what we're here for. And we're here to support the families. I always make myself accessible during visits, that they check in with me before they visit their loved ones. They check out with before they leave, they come and talk to me and talk about the wins and talk about the things that were challenging. And we work through that together, because I'm here to serve the residents, I'm here to serve the families. And it's important that we have that connection to get through the good times, the bad times, and all of the stuff in between.
So what is individualized care in Varietas? It sounds pretty generic and makes sense, but it goes a little bit deeper. It's not just coloring pictures, it's not just activities. It goes further than that. We do a social history on you to find out who you are. Not who you are when you're in your 50s and your 60s, but we like to go further back. Because a lot of times on the journey of dementia, you go back and you live in your 20s and your teens. So we like to find out, what was your favorite music? What was your favorite activities? What was your favorite go-to snack? We start to learn about you. We're gonna meet you where you are. We're gonna dive through that disease, push it out of the way, and find you the person. And if you want to tell us that you're seeing children in the trees, we see them too. We're going to validate everything about you. We're not going to correct you. We're not going to pull you into our reality. We're going to meet you in your reality.
I love getting to know them. I love learning who they used to be, and I really love who they are now. And I think that getting to know families also helps us connect that, because they know who they used to be, I know who they are now, and we get a complete picture and a lot of fun with them. One of our residents that lives back here loves being outside. That is her love language, is the great outdoors. And so she'll go outside every single day. She picks up leaves, she sweeps the salt on the snow days. She's gonna keep our garden beautiful this summer, I can tell. And she goes outside for hours on end. She always checks in with us and lets us know what she's doing. But really, she doesn't have to, because she has the freedom to be in a secured, safe place outside, live her best life. She always tells me that she likes having dirt under her fingernails. That's when she feels whole, that's when she feels connected. When she's inside too, we allow her to live a purposeful life. She loves to clean, she loves to keep us organized. She loves coming to my office and helping me make sense of my desk and stay organized, which is not easy. It's no small task. And I tell her every day, I don't know what I would do without her. And I mean it, because she has become such an important part of this community. And she's just an example of what we do back here, is we see them exactly who they are, and we make sure that they know that they're very important to us, and they become a part of the community.
So hallucinations and delusions, what are those? Well, hallucinations are things that you can see, hear, feel, smell, touch, and taste that nobody else can. And delusions are usually those things that you think are being done to you. For example, maybe you walk into the kitchen and suddenly you want to call 911 because you see an empty coffee cup in the sink and you didn't put that there, so you think someone's been in your house, but you did. You just didn't remember having that cup of coffee. That's a delusion.
So I always let the families know that their loved ones will be loved here. We can't take the place of family, but we come close, and we absolutely love all of our residents.
So what we do in Varietas is we meet you right where you are. We do not argue with you. We do not tell you that it's not happening. We validate that emotion. We value you as a person. We tell you, I see it too, or you're absolutely right, let's get this out of here. We meet you where you are. The idea behind these hallucinations and delusions is the brain is fragmenting, and it's trying to make sense out of what's going on in the world around it, because this doesn't seem right to me. So what we do at Varietas is all the staff is trained to do what we call your reality orientation, not ours. We go with you on that journey. We meet you where you are. We use a technique to calm you down, and then we provide some sort of comfort therapy to bring you back around without fighting with you. I often caution families, do not argue with them, do not fight with them. Validate that emotion, validate that fear, welcome what they're doing, and let them know that they're okay. I've got you, you're safe. So at Varietas, we do things a little bit differently.